Hello, Mechwarriors, and welcome to the Mechbay, where we fix your mech and fix your game. What's going on, Mechwarriors? I'm your host, Josh. I've got my co-host, Steve, the man with 3 blood names, with me today.
Hello.
And Denim.
Howdy, howdy.
And we are the Mechbay Podcast, your number one source for all things casual to competitive tabletop BattleTech. And today's episode is brought to you by Mechwarrior Aon PG, Mechwarrior 105 Gunner, and Cadet Rick Hewitt. These guys not only fuel my mechs, but they fuel my love of AP AC-20 rounds.
They're effective.
Well, the new rules AP rounds are, yeah.
Yeah. Precision's out. AP's in, boys. Welcome back. We're in the new year. Woo! We all survived. We did it.
In some form or fashion.
Yeah. I don't know if any of you listeners listened to the After Dark episode where we talked about our Christmas trauma, but we all made it through that, apparently.
I sent out pictures of my tree. It didn't get any better than that.
I liked your tree, Denim. It was very 2025 in a nutshell.
I tried.
So first episode of 2026, and oh man, what do we have to do? Well, let's talk about 2025 as an episode. But first, let's get some hobby news, hobby progress, games played, and some tales from the hiring hall. So first off, the only news I have coming in off of our last episode is the BattleTech playtest missions packet came out, and I skimmed through that. I have not even fully read through it because it dropped and then holidays happened. But there was some good stuff. That one had a lot of work put into it, and I think that is going to be the lasting one that we are all excited for, because we're all real tired of playing kill and variations of kill. So, did y'all see that there's weather effects and new things like that in there?
I did. I took a very brief look at it. Truthfully, the holidays have been an absolute, time sink for me. Lots of running around. So I didn't give it the attention that it really needs to. But seeing as this episode is not about that playtest packet.
Correct.
I did not do as much research as I should have, but I will before we cover that subject. So
yeah, we knew what we were not doing. I'm happy. I'm happy that they've released all the playtest packets. This is the last one, which we will then get to see, give our feedback, and then it's off to the printers. So, chop, folks.
These are going to be in the new Battle Mech manual.
Or some variation of,
Or something like that. So, it's going to be part of the core system, so people don't get the box set and be like, well, now what do I do?
Yeah.
And this is a what do I do? So, I'm really glad they put these out early enough for people to mess around with and give their opinions. I'm same boat as you guys. I have not had time to delve deeply into these, so I'm looking forward to checking it out.
In speaking of books, Denim, I do know that there was an announcement that Force Manual Mercenaries is listed on Amazon for January 26th. So that should be hopefully coming out by month.
Oh, yeah. I also heard that it's coming out soon, but I've heard it's coming out soon for a while. From what I've heard, it's just waiting for the last few things. The book is done. It's just waiting for, final formatting or something like that. I don't know.
And I think we're also slated to get the 2 Creative Force packs by the month as well. So I think
I already have those pre-ordered, and I have heard that they are coming out very soon, very, very soon.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I am very excited.
The only other thing I have is Shrapnel 23 is out and available in print. So, yeah, everyone likes Shrapnel, right?
I really do. I still like it. It's been out for a few years. I still enjoy it. Steve's nodding for those of you who aren't watching this live.
Yeah, it's an audio-only format. I get it. But no, I did. Would you like me to kick in my 2 cents of yes, I also like Shrapnel?
Yes, you got me. We do want to hear that.
We all like Shrapnel. It's fun.
I'm about... What number did I say that was? 23? Yeah, I'm about 12 behind, where I just I can't keep up with this.
Oh, I can't read them cover to cover. I have not read every single word of every single Shrapnel. but I have read a lot of them. So, it's kind of like the old Reader's Digests with all the short stories. You just pick and choose until you finish them all.
Anyways, let's move on to some hobby progress. Boys, it's like a month. There were holidays in that time, though.
Oh, yeah.
Did we get painting, Steve?
Actually. So in order to do this properly, we need to take the whole gap in time as one unit here, because it's a new year and we did get some new toys, and because buying is hobby progress, so is receiving gifts. I finally got my hands.
We've always counted that as does not count.
Wow.
What, receiving gifts doesn't count?
Receiving gifts does not count as hobby progress. Purchasing does.
Okay, well, what if it was purchased on my behalf? Transitive property still counts.
See, yeah. Unfortunately, every episode prior to this, gifts are not hobby progress, but we will allow it for the news portion of the hobby progress.
I don't remember that bylaw. I'll have to check that.
Dig out the sacred text and look up which section of the...
As my job as lore master, I shall dig through these references and eventually get back to you, maybe.
In like 3 to 6 years. Anyway, we did finally get my hands on a copy of Aces, which is pretty exciting. And I did do a little bit of painting, mostly at my son's request. For Christmas, I gave him and his brother all of my Deathray Design Steel Rift models, because truthfully, I probably wasn't going to use them for anything, and they like seeing robots, and I want to give them robots to spur their interest in BattleTech. So I gave them all these things for them to pick and choose and paint and however they wanted. But of course, he said, "Dad, I want these painted yellow." And I went, "Oh,
super easy.
Yeah, we'll just slap that on there. No problem, kiddo." So I did use this opportunity to practice some of my yellow through an airbrush with a magenta base coat.
Ooh.
And then, I'm trying to use the yellow contrast paint through an airbrush so it doesn't actually contrast, but acts more of a tint.
Yep. That's exactly how it works through an airbrush.
Yeah. So I haven't had my airbrush very long, so this is kind of new to me, but you use a magenta undercoat and then a heavy dry brush of like gray, and then just a light dry brush of white on those exposed tips. And then you put it through the airbrush. And when that airbrush yellow touches the magenta, it makes almost like a really rich orange. Mm-hmm. So it looks like shaded yellow. Like if it's in like an underarm or like a groin area that doesn't get a lot of sunlight, it makes a really, really rich orange, which is super nice. So we're going to play with that because I'm going to end up doing this for my Canopans eventually anyway. So it was good practice and my son was thrilled. So that was fun. Plus we got quality time with the kiddo doing BattleTech stuff.
Nice. Steve, why doesn't your groin get a lot of sunlight?
There are certain things that should never see the light of day.
Oh, well then.
Steve, I think that technique is actually called slap chop, where it's, you highlight and then you use a contrast as a tint.
I was always in the impression that slap chop was just done with a brush and then you let contrast do its normal thing. You still want to undercoat doing your volumes, right? But
I thought there was a different name for that. It was like
smash chop.
No.
There's like
I forget.
Underpainting or volumetric highlights. I have a hard time keeping all these techniques named properly in my brain, but no, we're trying it. We're getting results. I think I can probably fine tune it a little more before I get to my Canopans, but
hey, practice is good.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just happy you painted stuff.
Something.
Yeah. Denim, what about you? You get any painting done?
It's December. I do so much BattleTech throughout the year. December tends to be my more off time. I did some painting. I did some 3D printing, but it was mostly for Hero Quest.
Okay. You having fun with that, though?
Oh, I made it through me and my kid got through all of the box set you can target. It's got 10 campaign missions in there, and we made it through that entire thing, and it was fantastic. Had a ton of fun.
Nice.
Josh, what about you?
I have been painting my Halo Flashpoint that I picked up in November. So I think I got an Elite done and 4 Spartans, and I just finished ODST Dare today. So I've actually been like one model every couple days.
Is that Nathan Fillion's team?
See, I'm not a big Nathan Fillion fan. I think I'm going to leave Buck at home most days.
That look is not a happy look. Denham's like, how dare you? How dare you besmirch Mr. Fillion's name?
It's a new year. I'm being polite.
You heard it from the Mechbay first, folks. If you can't say something nice on the audio only format, don't say anything at all.
I'm pretty sure that was from Bambi. Was that from Bambi? I don't know. Thumper or something. Anyway, have you had... Okay, let me back up. Painting humanoid forms versus mech forms. Anything different? Anything more challenging, less challenging for you?
Actually, yes. It's kind of been like I've had to relearn how to paint. So that's why I've like watched probably a couple hours of painting videos just to be like, okay, if it's a square shoulder like a grasshopper, I know what to do. The front is one color, the corners are another color. But on all these humans and elites and Spartans, it's like, oh, that's a nice curve. Like an elite's head is just a bowl, essentially. And I remembered why I did not like painting Warhammer, but using like the dry brush techniques that I do a lot with my BattleTech stuff, it's really easy, especially with the airbrush. Like your base coat color on and then a little highlight up top and then dry brushing even higher from that.
I have to agree with that because, painting the Hero Quest guys for sure, very, very different than painting a mech. Yeah, agreed.
The big thing I'd say is I've not used Null Oil and I'm not using metallic paint, like kind of what I'm doing with BattleTech. I've got some Black Templar contrast paint that I've 50-50 thinned down. I'm kind of using that in like the slap chop method where paint the the undergarments of all the dudes, which is all black. Like all of them have like black undershirts and underpants and whatnot. So it's like, oh, well, I'll paint that gray and then highlight all that with like gray and white and then put the contrast paint over that. So it like darkens the recesses, but also darkens the highlights. So it kind of brings it all together. I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. Because for me with the Hero Quest, once I paint the model gray, I tilt it and spray the underside with black, and then I just paint it. So that creates the shadows. They're not wearing any armor like the Halo guys are, so it is different from that. But it does a really good job of showing off the way the cloth hangs over a belt or something.
Yeah.
When I do like either Dungeons and Dragons miniatures or I've support someone on Patreon who kicks out quite a few like models. So when I did my Helldivers units, and he just released a whole bunch of Starship Trooper miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been kind of painting some of those for fun. I haven't finished anything really, but I do like contrast paints for fabrics and for humanoid shapes. Yep. I don't necessarily love contrast or speed paints over mechs. I'm obviously practicing that with the yellow, but in general, I prefer regular acrylics. But for humanoid shapes and organic matter, I think contrast is a really, really good way to go.
Yeah. When the paint can find the recesses that are more natural rather than a hard edge, it works a little better. So, but I'm having fun painting, and isn't that what the hobby's all about?
Should be.
It should. Maybe. Well, good on all of us for getting at least something painted. Let's move on to some games played. I'll go right now. I didn't get any games played of BattleTech. I got some more Halo Flashpoint in with my wife. That's fun. But I've got some hiring hall, so don't worry, folks. I did play BattleTech, but for games played, Steve, what have you been up to?
I had the distinct pleasure of having Will B from out of town. Met him at a Battle for the Bay out in Maryland. He ended up being in Detroit for work and said, hey, do you know anybody who's nearby? Or I'm like, hey, I'm nearby. We can meet at the local game shop. So Will came out and we met up and ended up playing a Hinterlands game. But I didn't have an active contract and he did. So I said, fine, I'll play. He brought his Unseen, which contained a Thunderbolt 11 SE and a Phoenix Hawk 3PL. And I just brought a Wolfhound and an Argus because I like that combo and I think it's fun. And in short, my goal as Op4 is rough him up bad enough that it's costly to repair things and maybe take down one mech. But I'm not here to ruin anybody's contract, especially if I've got nothing on the line.
You're Op4, not pirate.
Right, look. That was my mindset going in. I'm like, all right. I had him on the ropes for like maybe 2 turns. This is the mission where me as Op4, it was my job to defend the middle of the map for 8 turns. and then bounce out off the back. We played on the Badlands map or the Barren Lands map. So pretty open overall. My Argus, I spawned with an Argus and a Von Luckner. So I was hitting his Thunderbolt for decent damage right up until turn 3, when the Wolfhound enters the map on turn 2, shot a whole volley of everything, missed every single shot. Turn 3 rolls around. My Wolfhound takes a random head hit. I mean, it was like an LBX pellet or a SRM or something, like just some minor plink of damage. And you roll snake eyes. It's nap time for the Wolfhound. He falls down, and all of a sudden, all of my pressure disappears because the Argus had that rack 5 just putting punishment out there, trying to take down his Phoenix Hawk. And when that Wolfhound fell over, on the plus side, when that Wolfhound passed out and fell over, it avoided a kick, which would have been a kick to the head. So I'm like, yes, I dodged the head kick, but he was knocked out and he did not wake up.
Suffering from success, literally.
Yeah, well, it was not good, right? The Pegasus took out the left torso on that Wolfhound. His BSP Pegasus took that out while it was napping. And by turn 7, I mean, an Argus fighting a Thunderbolt wasn't really a fairish
fight. That's a fairish.
That Thunderbolt jumps real far, and my Argus does not have jump jets. So I was trying to chase him around the map. And then when his Phoenix Hawk got behind my Argus, it was not good. It was not good. So in short, I had tried to put someone in force withdrawal and maybe scare him a little bit. I completely failed in that endeavor. I scratched his paint. I don't even think I went internal on either mech. It was like,
or let him scratch your belly. Yeah.
He got some amazing
That'll show him.
No, I mean, he took out both mechs. So he
Will.
He got awesome salvage if he wanted it. So I don't know the details of his contract, but Will, I hope you appreciate that Argus. I like it a lot. Hope you do more with it than I did. But it was nice seeing you. Thank you for coming out and reaching out when you were coming to Detroit. So if anybody else is traveling for work and you happen to be in the area, if I can't make it, I'm pretty sure I can find you someone in the area who is free to meet up and play a game. So don't be a stranger.
Well, better luck next time, Steve.
Yeah, look, I'm just happy I got to play a game, especially with the busyness of the holidays. I didn't think it was going to be possible. So we made an extra effort because someone was in from out of town. So
big true. Denim.
Well, like I said, I played the entire first light campaign for Hero Quest. And then when I was by myself, I just played the Metal Gear Solid board game because you can do that entire thing solo. So in December, for most of December, I didn't get any actual BattleTech games in. No.
It's okay. It's okay. It's our off season.
It is.
Wait a minute. It's okay when you don't play a game, but when I don't play a game, it's Steve. It's one game a month. How could you not get one game a month then? I see how this works.
I expect more from my men.
When we get to how many games we did play this year, you'll see why.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, Tales from the Hiring Hall. I've got some tales.
Excellent. Are these the solar flares?
These are the solar flares. And we were up against the Orion's Belt mercenary company. Guys, I'm a wrap up 4 games in 40 seconds.
Excellent. Let's do it. And
timer started now.
Yeah, we're on Procyon. We are fighting Radical Blakist. Makes sense. We're the attacker. They're the defender. We land. Mission 1. It's a pushback. It's scale 2. I got 130 some BSPs. Yeah, because it's more BSP on top of your BSP if you're the attacker in pushback. I took a Arrow 4 carrier BSP.
Ew.
It's essentially the only way to get homing Arrow 4 rounds, and it requires you to have a tag. And guess what has a tag in the solar flares?
Charger.
The Spartan, not the Charger.
Oh.
We're going to put that on as permanent record, folks. Don't worry. Yeah, that Spartan missed no tags. Each turn, BSP Arrow 4 comes down. It's a 4-up to hit, guys. But that man lost a lot. I think he surrendered turn 4. We played game 2, which was Recon. I lost because I overextended and tried to scan everything. And he took a lot of BSPs, and I had to scan all those, and those are dumb. Game 3, I brought the BSP Arrow 4 carrier back because it's pushback again. He surrendered turn.
Worked the first time, you know.
It worked the first time. Did the exact same. He surrendered by turn 3, and then game 4 we essentially played. I had to scan some buildings and brought the Aero 4 carrier, and he surrendered turn 1. And he did not even play game 5. He was just like, you win. All right, let's talk about the BSP Aero 4 carrier.
Yeah. There are good BSPs, and then there are BSPs that make you make friends.
See, I thought long and hard about this. For context, everyone, the BSP Aero 4 carrier is like 58 points, I think we determined. And it's movement 3, team M1. It has the same health as an LRM carrier. It's a destruction check 7, threshold 5. So it's pretty average, pretty slow. The benefit is it fires 2 Aero 4 rounds a turn. It can fire those moving or not moving. The problem is it does not work if there is no tag. Like, it only hits things that are tagged. So my Spartan has a tag. My Spartan has to roll to hit the tag. And then on a 4-up, that Aero 4 fires, and it's the last thing to hit that turn. So it has to be the last thing. I have to do all my other mech damage, and then the Aero 4 lands last. I only missed 2 out of my 8 turns of Aero 4 thing. That's not even like miss. That's like failing the 4-up to hit. Like the tag.
How much damage do those things do when they land?
20
in one hit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like getting hit with an AC-20. It doesn't even break into clusters.
No,
from X number of maps away.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, you don't have to have line of sight. Like, yeah.
Yuck.
So my thought was, it's almost twice as much as a Demolisher that you can upskill and do 20 times 2, and then, like, depending on the mission, you're either forward deploying it or you're running it with other little things. But for me, it's like, for my scale 2/4, it's my whole BSP. Like, I really only get that, and I have to hit the tag. Is it better, or is it just the psychological thing? My opponent is not safe as long as he gets tagged.
What is the gunnery of the Spartan?
3.
Yeah.
I think that falls in the camp of that's just better. And I don't know. I mean,
it's super cheesy for sure.
Most of my tag rolls were like on 7s or 8s, so I just got lucky on the turns where I was like, okay, I'm going to shoot at tag the lowest TMM target that I can do. Was it like, I don't think I was bullying. It was just like, hey, he's got his sniper mech sitting in woods. Oh, my 5.8 assault mech with tag is going to run up to it and tag it.
Yeah, I don't think it was bullying the first time, but taking up multiple missions, that seems like bullying.
Yeah. I mean, he changed his packet from trying to outplay me to, I'm just going to alpha strike the Spartan. But then I realized,
once you've got someone frustrated enough to just be like, no, I quit, that's bullying.
Yeah.
Like, that nobody's having fun in that situation. And you know me, I know you and I play BattleTech differently. I am much more in it so that everybody's having fun. That's just how I play it, though.
I think for me, it's like, I don't necessarily mind the Aero 4 carrier, but I think for me, I wouldn't bring it unless my opponent was playing Op 4 and not running their own contract, right? Because like I played with Will this time, right? Like, I didn't care if my stuff lived or died. I didn't have anything in, I didn't have anything in the, no skin in that game, right, as it were. Yeah. So something like this, if I were to have that for multiple games, I might say, like, all right, I don't really want to risk my pilots again to 20 damage thumps, could very easily, hit a torso and
or a head,
cord out or a head or something like that and cause an ammo explosion, or, I don't lose my pilots, especially if it's on a 4-up, Yeah.
No, I agree. It was just like in the first game, it was like, okay, I had legged 2 of his commander mech and his other like marauder. So I was like, okay, he's down to a bushwhacker and fire starter. Like, he doesn't have a lot left. So I accept the surrender honorably. Like, you can take your mechs. I don't want them. The next game, we played out the full game. I lost. Like, I wasn't winning the recon. Like, my force is not reconable. But then we played the pushback again. I was like, okay, I'm going to take the same thing I took. How are you going to change up? And he didn't change up his tactics at all. Like, I was like, okay, you're not going to take any strikes, like aerospace, to try to shoot the BSP carrier. You're not taking any fast skimmers to try to shoot it. You're
literally ask him or just see.
No, I'm just like expecting, because that's what my brain, because I was like, hey, is it cool? Like, on the second game, I was like, is it cool if I take the Aero 4 carrier? And he was like, yeah, that's okay to take. You didn't take it last time and you lost. So if you want to take it again now, you can. And I was like, okay. And he's like, okay, I'm going to take the targeting computer BSP that hits on 4-up for Gauss rifle, and I'm going to take the Demolisher with Gauss. And I was like, okay, so you're just big damage tank. But at the same, you're getting both of that for my BSP Aero 4. And I was like, okay, but you know I'm taking that, so you could counterplay it. And he's like, nope, I'm just going to try to kill a Spartan.
Yeah, it depends because I think BSPs are supposed to be selected without the other side actually knowing what you're taking.
Yeah.
So if he didn't know you were taking the Aero 4 again, that's a little different, because it's like he should have taken strikes. Like, maybe, but he also didn't know what you were taking, right? So
on the first game, I was like, hey, is it okay? And yeah. Second game, I was like, nope, not taking it. I'm doing recon. Third game, yeah, is it cool if I take Aero 4 carrier again? He's like, yeah. And I think it just was like, I think he expected the tag not to hit as much as it was doing.
That could be too. I mean, there's always a chance of, beating the odds, as it were, right?
Yeah. Oh, I was definitely beating the odds on, my Spartans tagging medium range and heavy woods with the TMM. Like, come on, stop tagging me. But
the thing is, on a Spartan, that thing's like a brick house. So, trying to get the tag off that thing is a task. And if he's got to weather, 2 20-point thwaps a turn, that's a lot.
Yeah. Now, I will, on the, devil's advocate, it's like, that is priced. You're not bringing that at scale 1. You're bringing that only at scale 2 as your entire scale 2 BSP. Like, you can get a lot of strikes, a lot of emplacements, a lot of other things for the price of one Aero 4 carrier.
Yeah, but you don't need line of sight, so you can keep it very protected, and they have to take out a mech that has tag.
Yeah.
So that's not the same as taking out. Yeah, I mean, I understand.
It's not great, but it's not like auto win. Denim.
There's a very loud silence coming from that end of the mic.
Is Josh a bad?
C note 1.
All right. I guess my thought is regular artillery is a negative play experience. BSP artillery, better, but then you take BSP artillery vehicle, and it's somewhere in the middle of negative play
BSP
experience.
Artillery still hits the next turn. So you say artillery has been fired. People have a chance to move. Yeah.
Yeah. In that one, yes. Not on the Aero 4 one. That one's just that turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the BSPs don't have the same rules as regular stuff either, because once you get past a certain distance, it's short. It's like 14 or 16 hexes. Then it hits on the next turn if you're taking regular Aero 4.
Yeah.
So,
on that note, we won our contract and
yay!
Didn't lose anyone. For this month, I think they're going to hang out on Outreach. I think they're going to debate on whether they should split up and try to go back to two scale 1 forces rather than a single scale 3, because nobody needs 2 chargers in a single mercenary force. We got 3 assault mechs. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs 3 assault mechs.
It's a lot of points tied up in a couple units.
I mean, you do if you're going to be playing multiple games without repairs.
Yeah, that's true. But I always go for the high repair battle support contracts. I love that insurance payout, says the man who hasn't lost a mech yet.
Well, the first time you go for high salvage, you're going to absolutely get gutted.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like,
that's how it works.
Low risk, medium reward. Yeah, solar flares. We won, and we're debating on what to do next.
Well, rumor on the street has it that the Wicked Hogs are... they've been sighted moving to a jump point near you. So they're coming. Hopefully next month we'll have a report for them.
There we go. Denim, anything from your company?
No, I didn't do any, really haven't played any BattleTech in December.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it for the coolant flush portion.
And just so you know, Steve, there is a charger with tag, so I'm not wrong.
I never doubted you.
He spent the last 10 minutes
looking for the right one.
No, I know, because I use it. No, I just want to make sure that you knew that there was one.
I believe you. I believe you.
All right, let's take a quick break, think about our sins with Arrow 4, and then we'll get into our main subject on 2025 recap.
Star Colonel Catherine, how do I grow up big and strong like you?
Well, Rystar, you must fight well and be honorable in your Sipco. But most importantly, you must remember to eat all of your Korinskios. They are packed full of protein and power in every bite to make sure that you grow up to be the best warrior.
I want to be the best, just like the Great Father when I grow up and get my blood name.
Indeed, Korinskios. They are clantastic.
Devious indeed, indoctrinating the use of their genetic enhancements to their children.
All right, we are back. All right, boys, 2025 was a year.
It was.
That's
it was a year.
It's time to look back on us, on our lives, our hobbies. It's been a long time getting from there to here. Now let's look back now. Now, the best part is, because this is an audio format, we have contractual evidence of what we said last year and can reflect on, did we achieve said goals this year?
That's right, Steve. Did you play Gaslands? I mean, that's a big question. Everyone wants to know.
The answer, yes.
Nice.
I did play Gaslands. Mission accomplished. Why am I not standing an aircraft carrier?
Unfortunately, Denim, you were not here on the 2025 retrospective year, looking back at 2024. So we get to have your thoughts going forward for each thing.
Right. I am exempt from all of this. Did I accomplish my goals? And yes. And you don't get to know my goals.
No accountability at all.
None. That's where I like to be.
Think of this like setting your baseline at the doctor's office. So for our first one, our question was, what was our favorite product release in 2024? In 2024, Steve, you said it was the Merc Kickstarter. For me, it was Hinterlands. But for 2025, what do we think was our favorite product?
Hey, my favorite thing in 2024 was also the Mercenaries box set. So there.
It's good.
It was awesome. It was great. Still is great.
25, 100%. It's the Aces box, and not just because my name appears in the book.
Oh, nice. I need to get you to sign my book.
I'll do it. But no, I think Aces is a neat product. It has been play tested thoroughly. I can firsthand account for that. It is a great way to get people who are concerned with learning Alpha Strike. You can kind of learn on your own a little bit. The mechanics for how the card AI works. AI is maybe the wrong term to use, but the card-based computer system, right? It tells it how it's going to act and who it's going to shoot. Masterfully done. You know, I think it's super cool. I think people are going to have a ton of fun with it. And the best part is that I see a lot of people painting Jade Falcons now, and that makes my heart happy.
It frustrates me seeing them. I don't know if I like it.
Look, it's just too much humble for Josh.
That means you're doing it right.
Denim, what about you? What's your top product of 2025?
So, I mean, obviously Aces is fantastic. I'm not going to argue that with Steve at all. And I know that this product technically came out in 2024, but no store I knew of got it until 2025. I'm going to go with the Grinder Box. I think the Grinder Box, as a classic player, we did a lot of events with it, and it was a fantastic product for just an all-day event at a store.
At least
fantastic.
Yeah. So it's a product not for people to purchase. Technically, it's a product for stores.
True. That wasn't the question, though, right? The question was favorite product released.
It's one of those, like, I'll allow it. I just like it's a different idea than what we would have thought of. So I applaud you for thinking outside the box for the answer to that question.
Technically correct is the best kind of correct.
Technically correct, but it's we as people are not allowed to buy the Grinder Box set.
Nope, but you can play it. Come on down to the store. I will set one up. It was, I think it was super. I know that there's a lot of controversy around it from its release and what people did with it, and like some people sold them and they weren't supposed to. But the product itself was solid, and I think it was one of the best of 2025.
I've been trying to get my hands on one, right? Because I mean, we'd love to run them at the store. And at this point, I haven't heard anything from anyone of how I might get my hands on one for my store. So I think I'm just going to have to build one on my own. And that really
I can help you with that.
Me. All right, that'd be great. That'd be great. Josh, what about you? 2025 favorite?
Halo doesn't count. Let's get to BattleTech. I know it doesn't say in the subject that it should be what was your favorite BattleTech product, but let's stick with BattleTech.
I'm hurt.
Yeah,
I'm hurt, Lou, and I don't hurt easy. Oh, that's a toughie. Because I didn't actually buy a whole lot this year. I mean, this is the
comment. It also doesn't say what you bought. It just says what was your favorite product.
Favorite product. Is it a cop-out to say I don't have one? I enjoyed the things that came out, but there was none that really stuck out as my favorite one.
Is it a cop-out?
Yes, you can say it, and yes, it's a cop-out.
But no, that's a fair answer. I mean, especially coming off of 24 with the huge bombshells that were the Merc Kickstarter and everything else. I mean, if you haven't played Aces yet, you wouldn't know how amazing it is. But
I have not played Aces yet, so I don't, and I feel wrong saying that because we at least had Hinterlands and Merc when we did the recap episode last time. Like we had those in hand, had done at least a few, like I think 5 at least games.
Right. I mean, like it could be a force pack, but again, I mean, if it's just more plastic, it's just more plastic, right? I mean, I think 25 had the Davian force packs. You like those? Or was that 24?
I got those technically at last Southern Assault. So
25.
No, 2024 was last.
Yeah.
Oh. But they didn't come out until
they didn't come out. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I did that with the grinder. Like we didn't get them until 2025. Therefore, it was released for me in 2025.
All the technicalities. Yeah, I thought, and I was like, there was just a lot of little plastic that I thought was really cool, but none of them were my favorite. But I guess, Steve, thank you for, technically clarifying that for me. Like I had looked at all Iron Winds. I'd looked at through all their release schedule. I'd looked at like the XTRO, experimental tripods. Like I looked through all that and I was like, nothing here was really my favorite. That just like, I'm super happy. But if the Davian box, can someone give me a date on that, on the actual Davian box? If that came out in 2025, then I'll say that was my favorite one.
All right. According to my in-depth Google AI overview research, it indicates that the House Davian Heavy Battle Lance generally listed for February 19th, 2025 release, and the Cavalry Lance was March 19th, 2025, although actual availability varied by retailer. So
yeah, that counts.
My retailer was pre-production sculpts on an awards table. But yeah, that was a good box. That was good. I enjoyed that box.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There's your 2025 release, John.
Yeah. All right. Our next question. 2024, we had our favorite game. Mine was against John Weitzel. Yours was your Southern Assault game with Kevin on the rooftops with your Wendigo and whatnot. Denim, because you didn't have, what was your favorite game of 2025?
Yeah, see, that's not fair because as we'll talk about later, I played a lot of games in 2025. And for me to pick a best one, it would be a disservice to so many people. And I don't have time to talk about all my favorite moments of my favorite games. There is no possible way.
Well, the whole podcast is just a platform for us to talk about our favorite games. So don't worry, you get it on a bi-weekly-ish basis.
Yeah, so I'm not going to insult anyone by saying all of them were my favorite games because they weren't. But I also cannot pick a single favorite or even 5 favorites. I played a lot of games and some of them were fantastic. And you know who you are, people. You know who you are.
I'm going to pretend like one of those playtest games with me was one of your favorites, and it makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
You should feel warm and fuzzy.
That. Oh, man. I'm also kind of in a similar boat. I played a lot of BattleTech this year.
Yeah, we did.
And I picked up, I've gone, well, we'll talk about it later, but I went to more tournaments this year than I think I have ever gone to in a 12-month period. I mean, playing Aron Cahall at 2 different tournaments was amazing. But if I had to sit down and say, hey, this was like one game that just sticks out in my mind, was relatively recent, which is probably why it sticks out in my mind. My brain is like a sieve. I played a game with Martin that I talked about probably 4 episodes ago, where I absolutely headshot the ever-living snot out of this poor man in his mechs. And I got like 5 or 6 headshots and just killed him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the dice were just crazy. And I kicked him to death, and it was a hell of a game. And Martin does not deserve that kind of hate. I don't know who he offended in the Pantheon, either in this life or a previous one, but poor Martin is subject to my wrath, and I don't even dislike the guy. So I don't know what happened, but that was one of the most memorable ones. But I mean, it's so tough to sit down and look back over a year of games and say, that one was my favorite. I really ought to take better notes in preparation for these types of episodes, because I should listen to all the episodes for the year, think about those games we played, find out which one was my favorite. But it was the holidays. I didn't have time to do that. Look, that stuff's for nerds.
No. It's hundreds of hours of research that I just don't have.
That's a lot. But I think, the most memorable one was probably Headshot City with Martin, or when I DFA'd Martin off a building, or when I was down to 1 mech and killed all of Martin's other guys with 1 guy remaining out of my original 4. I beat up on Martin a lot this year. Martin, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Martin. Why do you keep playing with me?
If your loved one has been brutalized by Steve, you may be entitled to monetary compensation.
Absolutely not. Josh, what about you? What would you call your favorite?
I had to think long and hard about this one, and I tried to push a little harder, because my first write down was, when I played Jeff at Southern Assault. And I was like, no, I played so many people at Southern Assault. I can't just always pick Southern Assault as my favorite. And I was like, no, there was one game that had me like on the floor laughing, just like having a good time. That was me in a practice game against Noah Kinney before the Carolina Triangle tournament. And it was the list that I did not end up taking. It was like TSM, Excalibur, Raijin, like Comstar boys versus his like Liren, Merc, all melee. Like he had the Neanderthal, all those. And I just remember like I did have the Raider in that one. I did have the Raider TSM mech, and I just remember brutalizing the melee player so bad. I hope that I talked about this earlier that time. Just it's bad when the Raider is able to activate TSM and takes his Awesome's legs off, because his Awesome wants to sit back and shoot me. And I'm like, no, I'm going to do what your other melee guys want to do, which is just run up and charge you, kick you and everything. I remember my Excalibur just like getting 1 kick in on one of his mechs. I can't remember what it was, like a grasshopper or something. Just like 28-point kick to the CT. Is just like everything that he wanted to do to me, I did to him. And I'm just like cackling, having a grand time, because it's like complete role reversal of what we wanted to do on the table that day. And it wasn't like a bad game. It was, friend versus friend, but it was just great to completely blow expectations out the water and have a good time doing it. So it's fun when you can have fun and the mechs are just kind of doing their own thing. So here's to hoping I have a favorite 2026 game.
I know this exercise constantly reminds me I need better notes.
What? Yeah. All the show notes we take for each episode, Steve.
I didn't even go back and read those show notes. You
don't remember every game like it's life and death?
I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
I'll be on my deathbed, like 1,000 games will flash through my brain, be like, dice.
Keels over and dies.
Alrighty, here's one. We talked about our most proud hobby progress in 2020. Steve, you said you wanted to start an IS faction. Me, I said painting my Super Griffin.
And I wasn't here, but mine was the Grayson Carlisle Marauder from the Grey Death Legion. That one I was super proud of.
Was that 2024 proud? 25 proud?
Unfortunately, it was 2024. I'd done that then, so that was not a this year thing.
So what was your most proud hobby progress for 2025 then, Denim?
It wasn't a mech. It was terrain. We do 3D terrain for all the maps that we do the campaign games on, and I did some what I consider fantastic work for some of our lunar maps. And I was just super proud. We got lots of comments about it, lots of compliments during the campaign. And yeah, it was a whole map full of just lunar themed terrain. And I have it in a little box on my desk right now.
Lunar.
Is it, you did these little domes that light up, right?
I did not make the light up domes. That was a friend of mine named Paul. He is a magician when it comes to that stuff. But it was buildings that went with that set, yes.
Okay. But you showed it to me all at one time, and I'm like, oh, man, yeah. So you said lunar stuff, and I thought of those glowing.
Oh, it was the same map, yeah. And it was because, and I've got to be honest, I stepped up my game because he did such a good job with those light up domes that I felt that the rest of the terrain had to be brought up a few levels to match it.
It's always good when you can look at somebody else's work and be like, man, I want to do better. I want to improve my skills. I want to do that. And like you push yourself to try new things. That's always a great feeling, especially when it pays off.
I could not agree more.
Josh, what about you? You said you're Super Griffin, like you mentioned. What about 2025?
I thought not as long and not as hard. And I was like, was it the Pirates? And I was like, no. It was the Nova Cats I took to Warzone Atlanta this year. Yes, I took them to Southern Assault, but I also took them to Warzone Atlanta, and they looked pretty good then. And I have to go specifically with the Supernova on that one, with glowing orange Stargate runes. The cockpit is perfect. The laser effects are wonderful. It's everything I hope a mech looks like when I pick it up, paint it, and then put it down. Like, okay, that looks perfect no matter what.
Yeah. It's always good when that happens, man. Yeah. It feels good. I like your runes. I like the glow effects on the runes. I think they look neat. And the fact that you're able to pull from so many different random ancient languages to make them all unique and different, I thought that was pretty rad. Now,
don't do that again. Don't.
What will cause you problems is when you run out of ancient dead languages and you can no longer add your Nova Cats.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was like, if I thought about that. I was like, I'm going to do one AS army. And it's like, maximum we're gonna have like 10 to 12 of these guys. Like nope, the whole faction's done, put it in a box, never paint anymore. So never again. Okay. Steve.
Never again.
Speaking of Steve, do you get anything done?
Yeah, so so there are a couple things that really stand out for this year. Obviously the first one is I'm really pleased with how I managed to get the white done on my Snow Ravens. It's a new faction, it's a new paint scheme. I always have a lot of problems getting paint schemes started because you do so many different, trial and error, and that's a really frustrating part. But when you finally get a formula that works, I think it's great. So I'm really happy with the Snow Ravens. I'm happy with the basing. I started using UV resin for making like water and swamp effect.
Yeah.
I thought that turned out really cool.
It did. It was nice.
The one thing I wish I had done differently, I opted to do like a pack of feathers instead of individual feathers for the Alpha Galaxy. If I had a little bit more time, I think I would have been a little bit more careful, but I was like 2-3 days out before I had to like pack for Southern Assault. So I kind of did some V's and I think it looks really good. There are two mechs that look really nice. And then some others where I wasn't quite as consistent. Maybe I'll go back and fix those, but
Were they consummate V's, Steve?
Consummate V's. Consummate. Other really like these just hobby related things. At Brawl in the Bluegrass, I managed to take first place in the speed painting competition. I was really pleased with that. I don't think of myself as a terribly I don't think I'm a great painter. And I go to these events and I see everyone else's stuff and I go, holy smokes, I could never do this. Scott Bomer brought from scottsgameroom.com. He brought, his Nova Cats with the Star Galaxy stuff on them to Motor City, and I got to see his stuff, and it was amazing.
It is amazing.
Jeff Tweezer from the Coolant Pod, he brought his stuff. He ended up taking first best painted. Kevin did some Cretan guys that all these people do a phenomenal job painting. And I'm always like, man, I don't think I'm ever going to get a painting trophy. And the fact that I managed to do it for the 1 hour time frame for Brawl in the Bluegrass, really, I was like, hey, this is great. I didn't do bad. And that made me feel pretty happy about that. And then finally for the year 2025 of highlights and hobby stuff, I managed to finally get my hands on an unseen Raijin, thanks to Bobby from Fortress Miniatures Games. I know. I don't know why you're mad. You already have one. And now I do. And I'm
happy for you. I need to know that I'm happy for you. Welcome to the Raijin Club, the unseen Raijin Club.
That's the first time you've said you're happy for me, Josh. Thank you. Because I'm like, I don't know why Josh is so mad. He already has one and it's painted nicely.
Because now he's not unique, Steve.
But I can now build. Eventually, this is in the future pile. The Canopans come first for 26, but I do have a short list of mechs that I would like to paint for Comstar, which is going to be a challenge because we're going back to white, which I did not enjoy for the Snow Ravens, but I tried to do like an ivory white for them to be kind of warm. My goal for my Comstar is going to be to do a cool white. So I'm going to try to get, different color techniques done with that. But now that I have a Raijin, that's going to fill out that list that I wanted to do for Comstar. So I'm excited that I finally got my hands on one. And Bobby was super, super instrumental in making that happen. So Bobby, thank you for doing that. I appreciate it greatly.
Love it all, Steve. Love it all. All right, here's the oddball one. Favorite novel for 2024? I said Voidbreaker. Steve, you without question.
Yeah. The Jade Falcon boys, they make my heart sing, man. Mm-hmm. G. Chistu, grade A character. Brian, please keep it up. And I swear to God, if you let anything bad happen to him, I will be so mad.
Yeah, you just screwed it, man.
Yeah, I will say bad things about you because they won't be true, of course. I'll just say mean things because I'm angry. But yeah, so I love G and his gang of misfits struggling out there in the hinterlands. So without question was my number one for 24.
Denim, what is your favorite novel of 2025?
Yeah, because I don't remember what I read in 2024. For 2025, though, I was really into short stories. If I had to pick one, it would be Foxtails, for sure. But if I could pick two, it would be the Gothic Shrapnel. I like so many stories in that particular Shrapnel. They were good. So
I haven't read any of those. I'll have to look into it.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed them a lot. So yeah, those are Foxtails if I have to choose one. But Gothic Shrapnel was fantastic.
Okay. Steve, what about you? 2025 novel. What gets your Pulitzer Prize?
Yeah, no, for 25 this year, I really, really pulled back on my BattleTech reading. I got pulled in a couple different directions and explored some other artists and genres that were new to me. But I did have the opportunity to read Jason Hans's Strength of the Pack. It's a 7-part serialized, put together. It's effectively a novel, but they came out in little chunks and pieces. I thought that was great. It really covers Clan Wolf in the pre-clan invasion, and then you hear the announcement that they're going to Terra. You get to see from different perspectives of a couple different characters, and I really enjoyed it. It mostly because it paints Clan Wolf in some not so nice light, which I love. Thank you, Jason. But no, overall, I think it's very well written. You really get into the characters. There's some nerve-wracking moments and a couple of details that I think Jason did a really good job capturing. So I think Strength of the Pack gets my 2025 2 thumbs up.
Nice.
Josh, what about you?
Oh, I didn't read a whole lot. I will be the first to admit it. I'm deep in those rule books, reading them rules so I can answer your questions.
About time.
Yeah. Someone's got to make sure the nerds are right or wrong. Skulk of Foxes by Jason Hansa. I read that on the plane to Brawl in the Bluegrass, if I remember correctly, and that was quite fun. I enjoyed the sexy romp of the mercenaries with sea foxes. I know I'm a little late to reading that, but for me, it was new.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it came out in June of 24, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's pretty good for me to read a book within a year or two of it coming out. You think I'm not right there at the printer, Steve, just like, oh yeah, give me that knowledge. No,
you could be.
It's got to marinate for a little bit.
Josh has got to find out what the overall temperature reading is, find out if it's worth reading or not.
If I remember correctly, I won Skulk of Foxes at a different tournament and then read that on the way to the next tournament. So I can't just buy a book. I don't enjoy it. I didn't earn it.
That's 2 Jason Hansen novels are
and
double
if you want
thumbs
to
up.
be honest, Gothic Shrapnel has a very, very good Jason Hansen short story in it.
Well, look, okay, fine. All right, here's the deal. When Brian releases the next Jade Falcon book, Jason will take a back seat. It's fine. It's fine. Give me more Falcon novels. Pull me back into BattleTech fiction. More Falcon novels. So, yeah, more Falcon novels. And I do know Brian also put out the Outfox novel this year that I got for my wife because she is in love with the Foxtail stuff. I know we're not taking her viewpoint into this retrospective, but if we were, that would definitely make it there. I have not read that one yet. It is on my to-do list for 2026 for sure.
Fantastic.
Same. I have that. It's on the e-reader. I will get to it. I just need to fly again. All right. Here's the speed-ish round. The favorites of 2024. This one was tactics. Mine, TFAs. Steve, dangle and bait. Do we have new tactics for 2025? Denim, did you invent any tactics or use any favorite tactics this year?
This year, I like the tactic. I don't know what it's called. I like the tactic where I sit a mech on a level behind a level 1 in woods and then use flankers. Make one really nice target that's super people really want to shoot, and then have flankers go in there and come around behind the other ones. So we want to call that.
Steve.
I think for 2025, my number one tactic, given all of the shenanigans that I've done with Martin, I think it just has to be headshots. If you shoot them in the face, they just die. I think that's a pretty solid tactic.
Do more headshots. I like it.
Just roll 12s.
Just roll 12s, man. For me, favorite tactic for 2025, I liked tagging, but that's pretty recent. Yeah, I'm still going to go with tagging. Using E-War is fun when you can combo other things onto it.
All right. Again, because tag has such limited utility.
When you say combo other things, you mean
semi-guided? That's about it.
Semi-guided, a 20-point arrow 4.
I've used semi-guided.
Combo.
The other part of my, mercenary solar flares force is the semi-guided Crusader, which, combos with the Spartan tagging. I was like, oh, the Spartan just, is a force multiplier. I like this tactic of force multipliers. So, force multipliers. That's the keyword of the episode, folks. Alrighty, next one. Favorite mech for 2024? I said the Hollander. Steve, you said the Mangonel.
That big, beefy, giant, weird-looking boy, still close to my heart. But I didn't use him much in 2025, so...
Same for the Hollander. I mean, slinging heavy Gauss rounds. So good. Denim, favorite mech of 2025?
I played a lot of mercenaries type stuff. I actually used the Starslayer a lot. It was fun. It wasn't perfect, but I liked that. So I enjoyed the Starslayer. Nice. I know it's technically a crab, but
it's not a crab. It doesn't have the claws.
Yeah, it does not have the claws, and it's got some different weapons, especially that super hot one with the improved heavy lasers.
Oh my god, that thing's a monster.
Yeah. I had some fun with that. I did. We're going to say that.
Nice.
Steve, what's your 2025 favorite mech? What goes home with you at night under the pillow?
I mean, I used a lot of new mechs this year because I did play a lot of Hinterlands. So it was an excuse to paint a whole bunch of random stuff and try it out. I really enjoyed the Pillager, but for what I had to say I used the most is the Argus, man.
Solid.
That Argus with the Rack 5 was like, hey, this is a lot of fun. And because I used it mostly for OPFOR for other people, I didn't care. Although that Wolverine with mask is pretty sick too. I think what's the 9R, I think, if I'm recalling correctly. But yeah, Big Tina from the Wicked Hogs rocks that Wolverine, and man, she's a monster in that thing. But I don't know, probably the Argus. The Argus.
Go with the Argus. It's a good mech.
Yeah,
it's a good mech.
They're all good mechs, Brond.
No, they're not.
Josh, what about you for 25?
For me, I got to go with the Templar. Getting it in November of 24 and then painting it and then playing it so much in 2025. I wasn't a big assault mech player, but there's just something simple and nice about a Templar. Like, you can go with triple rack version, you can go with the Templar 3, the extra Omni version, or you can just go large pulse Gauss rifle, Civil War era Templar. Always nice, always good, and it looks great.
All positive elements.
Mm-hmm.
Cool mech.
All right. Then we moved on to non-mech. What was our favorite non-mech unit? I said the Infiltrator battle armor. Steve, you said Condor heavy hovers.
Yeah, those things are sick.
Denim, what's your 2025 favorite non-mech?
I like a lot, but if we're going to go with the one I used the most, just because I used it that much, I'm going to go with the Elemental 3. With the stealth armor, with the AP Gauss, I find them solid non-mech units that can pull their weight and then some.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Battle armor never goes bad.
Non-elementals are great.
Steve.
Similar vein, something that did a lot of work for me was the Stormbird battle armor. I played those a lot with the Ravens. I have used them in the past with Falcons, but if I had to pick, I think I would probably take Elemental 3s over Stormbirds. But
I wouldn't.
I mean, I
wouldn't. Fire resistant armor, heavy flamer, advanced SRM4.
Well, but again,
their mobility is bad.
That's the thing.
I'm not looking for mobility.
Well, I know.
I used them a lot in Alpha Strike, but not in Classic. If I had to go my Classic MVP, probably that Von Luckner or that Manicore.
Yeah.
The HPPC Manicore, really good. I use those a lot this year with the Hinterland stuff.
Yeah. And my elementals, I'm not talking BSP elementals. I love BSPs. I do not like BSP elementals. So these are just classic.
I don't know who does. Who does. All right. For my non-mech unit, I'm going to go with the oddball choice, and it's the Karita Mechwarrior RPG model. This is the one I picked up at Irwin's, like a la carte.
The dude with the helmet?
The dude with the helmet.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, and I painted up to look exactly like he does in the Mechwarrior.
The artwork?
Yeah,
nice.
He's 1-to-1. Like it's perfectly recreated, and I got to use him in, brought him out to the Southern Assault to represent, like, hey, this is what a Mechwarrior and these guys look like. So it was just cool. I get to use him in everyday BattleTech? No, but he's still cool. I still had fun painting him. He's done.
You know what I did do? I saw your guy that you painted up like this, and I went to Hero Forge, which is that like RPG character creator. I made my own version of like a more modern like pilot, because when we're doing the Hinterland stuff, if you have a pilot eject, I want to have a visual representation that the pilot A survived and the pilot is on the field. So I 3D printed much. I haven't gotten around to painting them, but when I do, they're hitting those tables, and it's going to do double duty because I make my players for my local campaign. If they need to punch out, their pilots need to get off the map or need to get picked up by an ally, because enemies can and will hunt down those pilots if they eject on the field.
Yeah.
So I got to get those guys painted. But yeah, I love the.
You're playing Detroit rules with your mercenary company.
Look, man, can't have nothing to Detroit. It's we play
the pilots. Give me a sec. I got this one. The MRBC board doesn't want you to know, but the Mechwarriors on the battlefield are free. You can just pick them up. I have 78 Solhama Mechwarriors.
Oh man, no, but for real, it's fun to like do these little side projects that serve no real purpose other than just to tickle your hobby.
Yeah,
like it's fun to do.
All right, next one, new rule. For 2024, me and you, Steve, both pretty much agreed that skin of the teeth ejection was our favorite newish rule that we'd never really used and then used for 2025.
Yeah.
Got to pass it to Denim first. Denim, did you have a new rule for 2025?
No, I know all the rules. I have read the book cover to cover. I didn't have any in 2024 or 2025, any rules pop up that I'm like, I did not realize that was a rule. I'm going to say, oh, I've been playing this game too long.
Okay. It's okay. Steve, do you have a new rule that you used?
So, yes, on 2 counts.
Oh.
1, if we were to explore the new playtest rules, there are a lot of really nice potential changes coming with those playtest rules, right? In particular, UX not jamming would be huge. The autocannons being able to take an extra hit, the new case rules. Some of those are super duper nice. And I got to play a lot of those.
Yeah, I don't think those should count till they come out in the BMM.
I agree, which is why I want to mention them because they're there, but they're not an actual rule yet. One that came up recently is I was at a birthday party, and after we played super tactical laser tag where you like reload your gun and you're running everywhere.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I hurt badly. I hurt so bad. It's not like going down the stairs, not the most fun I've ever had in my life. My office body disagrees with physical activity on that scale. But afterwards, we went back to his house and we were playing Circle of Equals rules. So you just brought any mech you wanted and you plop them down and you call somebody out at the table and you and that person are now fighting and you fight to the death. And then if you win, you take your beat up broken mech and you call out somebody else on the battlefield and you fight them. I had a Hero Falcon going up against a totally fresh Rakshasa. I'm like, I am going to die. So I did a DFA.
And then you remembered it's a Rakshasa. So you're okay.
So I DFA and he shoots at me when I'm in the air, which is what you should do. And he gets internal in my center torso, hits me and gets a critical hit on my gyro. And I'm like, oh no, that's bad. I needed to roll PSR as you do. And I rolled an 11 because, we're an honorable claim warrior. We know how to pilot, a Hero Falcon. We pass it with the DFA jump. So we pass the PSR. And then I go, great. Now I'm going to land on you and I'm going to do the DFA. And the question is the target number. Did the gyro hit affect the DFA target roll? And the answer is no. DFAs are physical attacks. And there's a rule that states that, things that only affect PSRs do not alter physical attack rolls. So the gyro hit does not change the target number to DFA. I did an amazing DFA, and then I hit him in the right arm, right torso, and center torso. So I didn't hit the head at all.
Yeah.
And then I promptly landed on the ground, fell, hit the ground, broke my center torso because I didn't have any structure remaining in the center torso, and died. But it was an amazing death, worthy of the books.
I got to say, Steve, I was very proud of you because you did call me, but you didn't call me until after just to confirm that you did it correctly.
That's right.
I was very proud of you.
We were several beers deep, and at the time, it didn't really matter. It was more about like, hey, I really want to just land on you. And he's like, the thing is, he even said like, I don't care. Don't include the gyro. And I'm like, look, now that you've said
but you got to know.
Now I got to know. And I don't want to be that guy who like, oh, I got a DFA kill. Nice. And then have it turn out that you didn't actually because you didn't include a modifier you should have. So that was fun. That was really, really fun. So that's my new favorite rule, that gyros don't affect DFA target numbers. So that was fun to learn. Josh, what about you?
I went through a few things, but we all know what was my favorite rule of 2025. Love it or hate it. Mainly hate it. Internal combustion engines inside of battle mechs. The Raider.
No.
You're shaking your head again on the audio only format.
Oh no. Awful.
Generates no heat for movement purposes.
Dumb.
Upon a crit hitting it, you just see if it explodes or not. Like the whole engine.
That's it. That's it.
If it doesn't, you keep going. Until you roll it until it explodes. So good. So terrible. Made me fall in love with the mech only to be like, Cool. Thank you for this wonderful, life-changing experience. Please never call me again. But that was really cool because it definitely came up a bunch more than I would have expected, where people were like, all right, cool, I've got 2 engine hits on you. That means you're at, like, what, heat? And I was like, nothing, don't care. Big Bertha's still chugging along. So I would have never learned that rule if I had not been pressured to take that mech to the tournament. So thank you, patrons, for selecting my Triangle BattleTech tournament list. I hate you all.
Wow. Rude.
Yep. All right. Those are the speed round. Then we talked about our regrets for 2024. The first one was units you bought but haven't used. Mine, ironically, was the Spartan. Steve?
Well, in 2024, I said most of the Kickstarter because it was like, we just got it and I hadn't used most of it. So.
Denim, do you have a unit that you regret purchasing, or unit that you bought but haven't really used, haven't shown any love to in 2025?
Yeah, for sure. So I buy all the Lance packs, and I like to use them at least once, and I like to use them as a unit. I have, 10K BV lists for all of them. And the second Star League Assault Lance is the one that there's still the tape on the box. I never even opened it up, and I'm sad about that. It's the one with the Argus and the Helios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to. I just haven't gotten to it, and I feel bad about that. I'm sad.
Understandable.
Yeah. Because I like to try them all out. Just once. At least once.
Steve, what's your regret unit for 2025?
That I have bought and haven't used yet? I have on my desk, and I'm looking at them right now, I have 3 different Loki Mark IIs.
Oof.
I have the one from Iron Winds. I have one that Matt from Cross Electric Designs designed. And I have the one from the Legendary box set. Yep. They're all primed. They're all washed. They're waiting for edge highlights and paneling. And that doesn't mean I couldn't have run them on the table, right? Nothing stops me, but I just haven't used them yet. And I've been in a weird hobby a lot. I've got a lot of half started stuff on my table that I haven't been able to push through. So that's probably one that I'm looking forward to using because of the model, but haven't gotten there yet. So that's mine. Josh?
Understandable. I had to think long and hard because I've bought a lot in the last year, and it's literally the Hatamoto Chi from the Somerset Strikers box.
Yep.
I was real happy to buy the Somerset Strikers box in Assault last year. Bought all that. The Wolfhound, don't need. I already got Wolfhound. Mauler, that's fine. Hatamoto Chi. Did I even need this box at all, folks?
The answer is yes.
I did. Yes, for sure.
The Axeman in there, really like the double LRM Axeman with an axe. That's cool. I like that. That one's painted up. It's 80% of the way done. Hatamoto Chi, I was like, I don't even play that faction. Come on, guys.
You will now.
It's not a Karita deck. It's a Somerset.
Said that for a year. You know me and the lore. Don't get along. Yeah. All right. Regrets. Units we were disappointed with for 2024. I said the Centurion. Steve, you said the Blade.
Yeah, for Alpha Strike. I have since played the Blade in Classic. It's good for what it does, right?
It's getting it done.
It's one of those that didn't really make the transition to Alpha Strike well. So at the time, I wasn't happy with it. Now, looking back, I see that it has some benefit that I just wasn't utilizing in a different game mode. So.
Denim, what is your regret unit that just disappoints you?
I wanted the Dragonfire from the Black Remnant box.
You wanted that pretty bad, yeah.
I wanted that mech to work better. And I did use it. And I mean, I'm sure it was just bad dice rolls, but it went from not being able to ever hit with the LB-10X to getting a cockpit crit. And I lost a good pilot because that was one of my mercenary games. And because of that, because I lost my Shadowhawk pilot and I couldn't hit with the weapon I was most excited about, I was just disappointed. Will I play him again? Yes. But I have a bad feeling that I need to get over now. So that was my guy.
Sad mech is sad. Steve.
This is tough because there are a lot of mechs that I love to hate.
They hate to love you.
No, I think this one, really, a lot of this comes from Southern Assault. When I did my Snow Ravens, I brought a Shadowhawk 2C. And it wasn't bad. There was just nothing special about it. And it was kind of a weird spot. I often used it as my sacrifice unit to send it forward and just die. It was like, hey, I need something for people to shoot at. Go forward and do it. Yeah. My Shadowhawk 2C never had any crazy crits. It never did anything amazing. It never did any huge upsets. It was just there. And that doesn't mean that it's a bad mech. It just...
Did you say this was Classic or Alpha Strike?
Alpha Strike. This is Alpha Strike for Southern Assault. So it's like...
Yeah, I like the Shadowhawk 2C in Classic. I like it a lot.
But I haven't run in Classic yet. So yeah, just for Alpha Strike, I was like, man, it's like, I think it's a 440. It's not a bad profile. It just didn't do it for me. Not that it's bad. It's
no. I looked at that one a lot for my Southern Assault list. I'm like, it looks okay on paper, but it just is okay. It's a little overpriced in my opinion for that, what it is. And I think that's, it's like when you use a cheap unit and it does good, then it's great. If you use a expensive unit, it does okay. It's like, could I have done something better? Can I get a little bit more mileage out of that?
And at the end of the day, it's like, not everything can knock everything out of the park. Stuff's going to get those crits. Stuff's going to hold those points. The Shadowhawk 2C did work for me, but I mean, I think when you look at things like the White Raven and the War Crow and the Carrion Crow, even the Dark Crow to some extent, right? Like you're looking at these mechs, you're like, man, those are cool. They're unique. They're different. The Shadowhawk 2C is just a humanoid mech that, plops around the battlefield.
You're comparing it to the Harlem Globetrotters. Like, yeah.
Right. Like, well, yeah. I mean, you could be, I don't know sports very well. Pick a good basketball player, but that's not showy, right? Like, I don't know, Chauncey Billups or something, right? Like he puts up points or what he did. I don't know. That's going to date me. That's going to really date me. But like, Chauncey Billups did a good job for the Pistons, put up a lot of points, but, I mean, he wasn't, I don't know, Michael Jordan or anything like that, right? He's not doing triple flip slam dunk things, So I don't know. That's my mech. And then Josh, what about you?
I was most disappointed with the Goddard Amarung. It's just the Thunderbolt. It has a torso mounted cockpit. Its weapon loadout is worse than a Thunderbolt, in my opinion, where it's just 4 medium lasers and an LRM 15.
So it's missing like the big gun. Yeah,
it's missing the big gun, and that's the problem. I say that thinking, does it have a big gun? I think it does. It doesn't have the heat to fire both, and that's the problem. So I'm like, okay, statistically, the 4 medium lasers is the right answer in most of my engagement ranges. So, yeah, that's like, it's still unpainted. Nope, I think I took it off. Nope. No, it's on my desk. That's how disappointed it is. Like, try not to look at it even.
Woof.
I still want to paint it. Still want to do my Lyrans up as the thick, tanky boys, super hardened armor and all that. But I don't know even if 2026 will be that next year. So I'm disappointed. I'm not angry at it. Like, I knew getting into it, it's exactly what it is. But yeah. All right. Here's the wild one. Painted that you didn't like the paint. 2024.
Hello?
Yeah, I know. I had to look it up. I said the Centurion. Steve, you said the Quick Draw. We both waxed poetic about these mechs and in those long times. That Centurion for me pulled through. It wasn't great, but I used it a lot. So it made up for it in other ways. Did your Quick Draw make up for it in other ways?
No, I don't even know if I put that thing on the table this last year. Maybe once.
No, went to the naughty bed. Okay.
It was painted. It was done. It was okay. But yeah, it's a Quick Draw.
Yeah. Denim, what was your mech that you painted that you didn't like the paint, or just don't like the mech because of that? Yeah.
There is only one mech that I stripped in 2025 because I was so upset with it. And that was the Bull Shark from the HBS game. I painted that up and I pulled out my little dot brushes and I went to go do my Smoke Jaguar paint scheme. And I spent a lot of time on it and it looked so good. And then I don't know if I just didn't let the paint dry long enough or if the humidity was bad. But a couple days later, I went and sprayed the matte coat on there to take some of the shine off, and it just clouded up.
Oh, no.
It turned out from this beautiful Smoke Jaguar spots to just this whitish gray mess.
That's
all it was.
I do not use rattle can matte primer.
It's the only time that's ever happened.
Yeah, we have a lot of humidity up here, so we won't. I don't ever trust it. I won't use it. If I have to use matte coat, I'll put it through an airbrush or I will paint it on. But I will not.
I was so upset. I stripped it, and it's still sitting over there. Like it's been months and months, and I haven't even tried again.
Oh man.
Yeah. It just taunts me and looks over my shoulder.
Steve, what's your paint that you didn't like the paint for 2025?
Back when I was working on my false flag new faction that was a Canopans, which isn't actually a false flag.
Did you false flag me with that? Like,
yes, that's exactly what, because you kept asking, oh, you're working on a new secret project. What is it, Steve? What is it, Steve? What is it? Is it Seafox? Like, no, it's not Seafox. Oh yeah, you're saying no, so it's probably Seafox. Like, it's not Seafox. But then it said, it's Canopans. You got it. Like, yay. I was actually going to do Canopans, but that wasn't what I was working on. The secret was Snow Ravens. But now we are actually going to move over to the Canopans. But I was doing some initial paint test schemes in the yellow. I was extremely unhappy. And that was one of the reasons why it caused me to shift from Canopans to Snow Raven. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Paint so bad, changed whole faction.
We're going to come back to it. I just needed a new technique because I was trying to do the classic. I'm trying to do my classic acrylic style on yellows. And that's just, it's a lot of work and it's a lot finicky and I don't like it. So here we are.
All right. For me, paint that I didn't like the paint. It's going to be the Falconer, which has had like 3 coats of paint on it. Because I think I tried to first do like the Commonwealth Guard for Lyrans, like brown, blue, and all that. And I didn't like that. And I tried the brown, like camouflage, like got one of those stencils and airbrushed it and it didn't work out. And I was like,
and you don't strip, right? You just keep layering.
I just keep going. Well, each mech's got like 5 or 6 paint jobs in its life. So I've used like 3 on it. And I still haven't brought the Falconer out because only in the last 4 months did I'm like, just run an orange base coat through your airbrush. Just dilute it down. Just get that base coat in. Don't worry. Just do orange. Just do your single base coat color and just get it over with. So I'm hoping that I can at least get it finished, but I did not like painting brown at all. The brown mechs look boring. I don't care if they have cool camo. Don't have anything like that. Don't care if it goes well with the scheme. It's lore accurate. No, it just doesn't look good. I don't like painting it. Brown is bad.
Yeah, I get that. Because, I haven't seen your Falconer. So,
yeah, that's why.
Pretty soon it'll look like one of those kids with the puffy snow jacket.
Oh, that hurts. Because, he could be that. All right. Are looking forward to 2026's. So in 2025, we said we were most looking forward to product-wise. Steve, you said a laminator.
Yes.
I got a laminator. I used crap out of that laminator. I went through probably 250 laminator sheets, laminating anything and everything I can get my hands on. And it's been great because I love it. Yeah. I have all these sheets that I can now wet erase and I don't have to worry about them. I can just, mostly for my hinterland stuff, I get a mech, I laminate the sheet, I throw it in my bag. I take it, I use it, I throw it back in my bag. And then when I get to the shop, it's like, oh, do I have my mercenary force? Oh, I didn't print sheets. It doesn't matter. Laminated, here we go. So I love that thing. That was
100% with you. I got a laminator, same thing. All of that.
Josh, you had said you were looking forward to the Ill Clan Mercenaries Force Manual. Did you get it?
Joke's on us. That's coming out next month. Maybe. This month, possibly. Who knows? I'm going to change my answer to the Davian PDF Ill-Clan update. Maybe we'll get that one this year.
Maybe.
Yeah. And 2025, I was looking forward to the Mech Commander Handbook.
Oh,
so excited about that.
It's still not out.
I don't think it will be either.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to just move on from this one? Is this one bringing up too many bad memories, folks? All right. Yeah. All right. Novels. We got anything we're looking forward to novel-wise for 2020?
Like, in my opinion, anything by Jason Hansa or Brian Young, like, I will read any of that stuff as it comes out.
So yeah, if I had to pick one that has been announced that we're waiting on, I'm waiting on Long Road by Jason Hansa for 2026.
Is that the
Terran Falcons?
Reaving? Oh, no.
Nope. Long Road is Terran Falcons.
All four of them.
Yeah, just about. But no, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see some of the characters in there. And don't know if it's 2026, probably maybe 27 by the time it's released. But I believe that Kevin Kiliani is getting some stuff coming out soon-ish, which I'm very, very excited for.
You're right. I'm also excited about that, for sure.
For me, it's Wars of Reaving. I just want proto-mech novels.
Are they going to be out in 26?
I hope so, man.
I don't know.
I'm still waiting on the reprint for Randall Bill's Fire Mandrill one from the Battle Core days. Because I'm like, Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like you look up, you spend an hour looking up where's all my proto-mech novels, and it's like, well, Randall did one on Battle Core, but it doesn't exist anywhere anymore. And it's like, well, fine then. Be that way. So yeah,
there are a lot of those I wonder if there's a rights issue.
Yeah, there's 100% a rights issue.
It's like all the cast of regular stories, right? They're on EPUB. You can get them in like PDF, but you can't get them in print. And I'm like, why can't they reprint these, right? And it's got to be someone doesn't have the rights to something.
I would take even just like, hey, here's screenshots of the pages. I just want it. I just want one proto-mech short story. That one's like a 6-story overarching thing, but
what was the name of it?
I don't know at this point. I got angry and deleted that browser. It's a Fire Mandrill one. All right. Hobby-wise, we hope to improve in 2026. Steve, you wanted to paint more.
I painted a lot last year. We got all my mercenaries done in the green. I did all the BSPs. I did all my Snow Ravens. I did a couple more Falcons. I'm really pleased. I don't have a direct unit count, but looking at the techniques and the colors that I changed over to, 2 new paint schemes for the year, I was pretty pleased with how it turned out.
Nice. For me, what do I hope to improve? Enjoying the game. No.
If only.
No, I'm going to go with that one. Enjoying the game. Some nights it's hard to get the will to get a force together that's not like 100% optimized or doesn't exactly play together. And it's like, yeah, just take mech, have fun.
Is this for 26 or for 25?
Look, man, it's for every year as long as I keep doing it.
Because if we're looking for what we want to work on going forward, hope to improve in 26, I got to double back to doing that yellow on Canopans. I'm going to try to tackle yellow in 26. That's my goal.
If you need help, we can help you.
I will absolutely refuse that sensitive advice and smash my head against the brick wall until it gives.
Denim, what's your hobby improvement goal for 2026?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to say painting more. I had moved last year. My airbrush still isn't unpacked. I bought a whole new hobby desk. Everything's finally set up. I was delayed by painting a lot. So my painting went way down in 2025. And I want to get that back up. I've got a lot of unpainted plastic that I have great ideas for. I play enough. So
yeah,
I play a lot of games. I would like to have more of them not gray plastic when I bring them to the table.
That's an admirable goal that we should all have. All right. Game-wise, what do you want to try? I said everything, but I wanted to RPG. I RPG'd, folks. It was okay. Right. I didn't love it. it was a thing. A little too clunky for my taste.
And you used which system do you use?
A Time of War. I said I wanted to use the Time of War, and I did a Time of War. I painted models for it, printed off the sheets for it, I DM'd it. It was not my first time DMing anything, but it felt clunky. And even though this was a worldwide event, like pre-written for relatively low experience, I still feel like it needed more experience to do it. Like, it wasn't babies first. And I don't know if that was the problem. I'll try to do it again, probably try to play in something, but I don't know. Maybe a Time of War, well, as we all know, they are aware and they're coming out with something in between Time of War and Destiny. A Time of Destiny, as we're calling it for now.
Something else you did in 25 that you don't have listed here because I don't think it was really discussed or even incepted at that time, but you did run your first tournament.
Oh my gosh, look at me.
You ran your first tournament in 2025, Josh. Welcome to the TO Club.
Ugh.
Don't make that noise.
That's my certified button noise. Josh groan. Ugh.
See, he's already failing enjoy the game resolution that he's got. Already failed.
That was specific to table game. Dice in hand enjoyment. That's true. I did enjoy doing that. It was an experience. Yes. Steve, you said you look forward to using more special abilities in Alpha Strike. By that, we mean like Narc, C3, those abilities, card abilities.
Yeah. Kind of failed on that front. I used alternate ammo at Brawl in the Bluegrass, but
yeah, you took all tandem charges.
But look, we got to keep it simple. I said it then, I'll say it now. When I build stuff for Alpha Strike after 2 days of, gaming or playing or whatever, probably heavy drinking in between, I need my list to be stupid simple. And if I go, I shoot you, I have tandem charge, I know what tandem charge does, I'm going to roll for it, fine. But that was it. So I got one keyword down. I know that's one alternate ammo for 25. All right.
And you loved fighting that against my special ability C3 Davian list.
Dude, my tandem charges did nothing in all of those games.
Yeah.
I brought it, but alternate ammos I still don't think are well balanced for Alpha Strike. But that's a different discussion. You will recall that I also did mention last year that I'd wanted to try more classic BSPs, which I did, doing all those Hinterlands games, and I love them. I think they're great. So that I really enjoyed. So I did at least some of what I set out to do last year.
Small increments is still progress.
It's true. It's true.
Denim, what are your goals for 2026? Like game-wise, what do you want to try?
Yeah. No, I know. I actually... I used to play a lot of the HBS game, but I've only ever played it vanilla, and I know that there are some fantastic mods out there for it. I kind of want to go and try one of the better mods now that they're all established, now that they've all had a lot of work done to them. I want to do a deep dive into some of the HBS really good mod things. That's what I want.
I wish I thought of that. That's a good answer.
My poor computer can't handle it.
That's pretty bad because it doesn't need much to run that.
It's more the fan. The fan starts kicking up, and I don't like that. Too much processor power. But no, I implore you on your journey, go as far as you can. Mod until it breaks. And then mod some more. All right, Steve, I missed you. What is your 2026 game-wise want to try goal?
So now that my youngest is a little bit older, he's still a rambunctious child, but he's a little bit more manageable and he's not an infant anymore. So my goal for 26 is to run more campaign games at our local shop. People have been very interested in our campaigns, and we're having a good, I'd say 15 to 18 people show up every time I run one, which I know doesn't hold a candle to Denim's like 60 people, but I'm just not as cool as Denim. So
also it takes years to get there. It does.
Yeah.
I also don't want 50 people coming to my campaign night. I don't want that kind of pressure.
I did not ask for that. It just happens.
Greatness was thrust upon you. But no, I'd like to get more of those in. People are enjoying them. The trick is between work and home and family and everything else, now I'm trying to write interesting missions for people to play that follow some narrative sense. So I have the next 3 or 4 hammered out already, which is great. So I've got a good running start for January through April because we do once a month, right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited to run more of those campaign games. And, it's kind of a standing thing, but I like to do Motor City better than we did last year. Not that there's anything that went wrong, just ever improving on the Alpha Strike tournament kind of cutting edge, as you will, right?
Yeah.
So, Josh, what about your, game-wise resolution or goal for...
What do I want to try in 2026? As I look, is Protomechs an acceptable answer?
No, you got to stop. I'm also going to paint Protomechs, but no, you can't.
No, you can't. It's my turn. Dad said it's my turn with the Protomechs.
You've had your turn. You ran them all last year.
I don't know. I think just more games with BattleTech. I think that's my, what do I want to try? I want to try more games. Is that okay?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Look, if your other goal was enjoying the game in general, you should probably play more of them to do so.
Or less. I don't know.
Trying out the playtest stuff with it. Like, I think that really reinvigorates. Like, it's almost hard to go back to not. Like, my last Merc campaign, I played at a different store and they don't play any of the playtest rules there. And I was like, oh, what are y'all doing with life? Like,
yeah, some of these don't feel good. Why?
Yeah, like, bro, like, my mech is completely different. I've got SRM2 ammo here. Like, that explodes badly. So I'm so happy when those come out, and those are just like how I play, because my brain will be like fresh, new, updated brain cells coming at you.
On the flip side of that, there have been a couple times this year where I hit ammo and I'm like, yes, I killed that thing. And it's like, no, it only does 20 damage. I'm like, son of a pop, I thought it was dead. So that's going to take some getting used to.
It does take getting used. Like, that is an ingrained response to an ammo explosion that does not. We have to change that. There are a few changes like that, and some of those are hard.
And it definitely hurt because while we were planning the Southern Assault Classic tournament, those kept dropping. So there was definitely a point where we couldn't enjoy those anymore, because if we did, then our brains would be completely ruined for the rules that we were using in the tournament. So, I'm excited to have like 6 months of just like, yeah, the playtest is done. These are still fun. Like, they're probably how they're going to be with some change. Like, it'll be fun to like try out new mechs that work with those new rules. So there we go.
Yep. Autocannons become viable.
Take hammer hands with iceless rack ammo and double jamming. Alrighty. 2026, looking forward. This is only future. All right, looking forward. What are we looking forward to product-wise? Steve.
I have got to say Snowblind, which is the next Aces installment. That's going to be very cool. It's going to introduce some new decks. So if you want to start customizing your own AI build for the game, you can start slotting out cards from Scouring Sands and mixing them with your Snowblind cards to make an even more vicious enemy. Pretty excited about that. That's supposed to be this year, soon TM, right? But I think with the success of Scouring Sands, I think we'll see that sooner than later.
Denim.
All right, Snowblind sounds cool, but I really need to actually play Aces first. So I know it came out this year. I'm looking forward to playing that in 2026. But if we're looking for a specific product in 2026, I will have to say Draconis Reaches. I want more cool stuff for the Mercenary box set expansions. And so, the last one was Hinterlands. This one is all of your Karita versus Davian fun, and I'm down for that.
Love it. Love it. All right. Total Warfare 2. Is that 2026?
This is 2028 at best.
Like, I got my fingers crossed about the BMM, let alone Total Warfare 2.
I mean,
you can want that all you want. I'm going to say 2028 at best.
I don't want it to do what Mech Commander's Handbook did and just go vaporware.
Is Mul 2.0? Is that available as an answer?
That's come out in 2015.
Again, optimistic.
I'm looking around, guys. Help me out. I ain't got nothing.
Look.
All my hopes and dreams are dreams.
And honestly, it's not your fault. This is one of the problems. And I think that, this is a light criticism of CGL, is that, they announce all this upcoming great, exciting stuff and everyone gets real hyped for it. But it's so early in the pipeline when it gets announced that we have no idea when this stuff's actually coming.
Yeah, and things change, communication gets dropped, it just
production issues. I mean, we end up with missing dates, and then by the time it comes out, it's like, oh, hey, I guess it's coming out now. That's kind of exciting. I'd almost prefer they keep more things
close to the chest.
Yeah, and then just let us know when it's ready, because that way we won't get disappointed. I mean, think about all the people that were mad that Aces got delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. That was part of the reason that so many people got mad about Gothic, was that people thought that it got bumped because of Gothic, which wasn't the case, but we had no idea what was happening. So we're like, okay, new other product, but not the product we were asking for, not the product that was, teased to us. So, it's hard to say, I hope this comes out soon.
Hey, at least when Aces came out, it was a solid, complete product. So it looks good.
Yeah, and that'll be good for the hobby as a whole. But in general, right? I mean, if you announce everything that's coming out in 4 years, people are going to kind of be bummed when it takes 4, 5, 6 years to come out. So it's hard to know what's coming out next.
All right, so back to me, product-wise. I got nothing then. I'm looking forward to new rules. That's a product. I will purchase new rules when they come out. All right. Did we accomplish our 2025 goals and setting new goals for 2026? How many games? I said 45. Steve, you said 26.
Yeah.
I think we both hit those.
I was conservative. I said, look, we're going to go to the game shop every other week. There are 52 weeks in a year. I want to get 26 games in. I did not anticipate events counting for that. So I blew 26 out of the water. I mean, we probably got 26 games, maybe more, because there were nights at the game shop you played 2 or 3 Hinterlands games. So I probably
got 26 tournament games in.
Honestly, I could count them up, but that may not be too far off.
Yeah. I'm not going to count mine, but I feel like I got more than 45.
We need to have the dedicated people go back, listen to the year's episodes, and count all the games played.
Gosh. Yeah, no, actually, this is one thing that I do want to do. Is my goal for this is actually track my games. Like, who'd I played? Did I win? Did I lose? Like,
sure.
I need a very simple tracker. All the ones I do are like way too involved. And it's like, no, I just need to know, who did I play, when. If I want to add notes like what I took, I can do that. So I can see like your most used mech at the end of the year, like that kind of cool statistics. But
that'd be fun. Get some real data on there.
Get real data. I love that data, don't you? Yeah. Denim, how many games you getting in?
So I play every Tuesday. Play at least one game on a Tuesday. If they're Hinterland games, sometimes it's 2. So I'll just say average 1 every Tuesday. I play an average of 2 the second Saturday of every month. So right there, that's in the 70s, because you take 6 times 12 and it's 72. That doesn't count event playtest thing for my campaign. That doesn't count all the extra stuff I do. So I would say at least 80, probably closer to 100 if we count all the games up.
You want more or less than that for 2026?
No, geez. I think if I keep trying to keep that level going, I will get burnt out. And I do not want, I think one of my resolutions is to not get burnt out playing BattleTech. I need a little bit more variety. I need to space them out a little bit more. I need more vacations. I really enjoy BattleTech, and I don't want to get burnt out. So I got to pace myself better. That's what I need.
What's your one way you're going to do that? I can't see you giving the campaign to someone else, even for like a little bit of time. Like, hey, 6.
I give the campaign to Thiel 1 or 2 months out of the year because of this past year.
Yeah.
So January, I can never do campaign games on January, but I don't want them to not happen. So Thiel takes them over. And if I take a break in June or July, he will also cover me for that, which is awesome. So I've started taking steps towards that. But yeah, I don't know where. I mean, I'm in charge of running so many demo games. All the new players that come in like to play against me. I really enjoy the mercenary games. So I don't know. I'm going to have to find some place to cut them back a little bit. It's going to be something I have to really think about.
Got to Marie Kondo this.
Yeah. Yeah, because 80 to 100 is a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot.
Me thinking 50 was, an unhealthy amount. No, 100 is an unhealthy amount.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. So 26 games. Is that still your goal?
I'm going to say yes, because I want to play as much BattleTech as I can without harming other hobbies that I have.
Yeah.
Right. So, I could probably say 50, including tournament games, and that'd probably an achievable number, just because we are playing so many, and now we're doing campaign games too, and we're really doing a lot at the shop, and then we get together with some friends, and my buddy Carl has come over a couple times on Thursday nights for dinner, and we'll often play BattleTech, just the two of us as well. So those are additional games that get played. So I think 26 is underselling it. 50 is probably still easily achievable, and I think that's fine. So do you think you're going to hit 45 again this year, or you think that's low?
So I'm keeping 45, but I'm switching how I achieve it. So I've really fell in love with scale 1 games. Mm-hmm. I want more smaller games. I don't like the bigger is always better, like 12 assaults. Like, yeah, let's do a big, like 12K on 12K game. I did one of those, and it was honestly the most boring game I've had in like 5 years. Like, it was terrible.
I like the scale 1 games. I think the small games are fun. They're quick. They're easy. They're objectives to complete. Yeah. Bang, bang, boom, out.
Yeah, and me doing scale 2 in the Scott's Game Room Mercenaries campaign, it's like scale 2 is okay, but I don't want to do scale 3. Like, I do one battle scale 3, like one every 2 months, one a season almost. But no, I kind of like the idea of I'd rather get 2 scale 1 games then. Like, oh, this flank is these 2 mechs, and this flank is these 2 mechs, and I can get them both done in one night.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's a cooler concept and a more enjoyable idea of put mechs on the table instantly in the action. One map sheet, boom, end it. Cool. So I think it's not an amount, it's how you get there. Kind of to touch on Denham's things, like how many, the quantity can be the problem, but it's how you get there. If you're spending 8 hours per one game, then yeah, the quantity isn't the problem. All right. And then for 2025 goals, we had how many events? I said 5 events. Steve, you said 4 events. Denham had null events.
Well, I didn't say anything because I wasn't here. Yeah.
Denham, how many events do you want to go to this year?
I don't know. I like KerenskyCon was fantastic, but I know that's not happening this year. If anyone ever has a chance to go there, I would highly recommend it. I'd say, including Southern Assault, like 2 or 3 is probably my max, like absolute max.
Understandable. Steve, did you accomplish your goal and set your new goal?
I did. So I did go to Brawl in the Bluegrass. I went to Battle of the Bay. I ran Motor City, and we did Southern Assault. And we ran the classic Southern Assault, which I feel like is a bonus. It's like, we'll count that as a bonus for me. I don't know if I will be able to do all of the things I did last year, simply because, economic situations are changing.
The whole world is different this year.
Time off is changing. I mean, my work schedule, I have had more stuff come up with trials and everything else in the last 6 months than I was anticipating. It all worked out. It was great. But I can probably do 3 is almost a given if I'm including Motor City that I'm going to run.
Yeah.
So I'd say maybe like 4, we're going to see what comes up. The problem is a lot of the stuff I have to fly to.
Yeah.
Right? Like I can drive to Brawl in the Bluegrass. That's great. That's, a 4-hour drive. I can manage that. If people want to put stuff together in like Indiana, or people want to put stuff together in like, Illinois, like I can make it to those. Ohio, there is normally the Glass City tournament in Ohio that I might try to make this year.
Okay.
But again, like when we say events, are we talking like huge tournaments or just like get-togethers? Because we also do things like the Drafter for War events locally. Those are 2 extra, but those are more like smaller groups. You know what I mean?
That's like, you define event how you wanted to define event.
If we're talking like full-on tournament for event, probably 3 this year, right? For 26.
And we're counting conventions for that too. Like the whole convention is an event.
Yeah, then maybe 4. But again, right, it's about availability, time, cost, flight cost. I mean, things are, there are more extracurriculars I have to juggle now, right? There's some
Your
other things.
Kids are older.
That's it. There's, scouting campouts and everything else. So I think I'm going to have to dial it back a little bit this year, but I don't regret any of the events that I went to last year. I had an absolute blast. So yeah, that's for me. Josh, you think you're going to be able to keep up your 5 or 6 tournament schedule like you did last year?
Well, I didn't even hit 5. I only was able to make it to Brawl in the Bluegrass, Wars in Atlanta, the Triangle Tournament, and then Southern Assault. So I only made 4.
But you ran a Southern Assault tournament too.
Yeah.
Fifth one. Boom.
I know. I was like, how you doing? Yeah, because we technically didn't have our other Triangle tournament, which I was kind of, that's my safe, in the pouch one. But also I didn't go up to Motor City this year. I didn't travel to Battle in the Bay. I didn't go to any like major convention. So I failed to hit my 5, but I feel like 4 is an acceptable, like, safe number for events, like 1 per season, really.
Yeah, once per quarter.
Yeah. It's like, this is my main hobby. I don't go on golf trips with the guys. I go on BattleTech trips with the guys. So
yeah,
I think 4 is acceptable. And always wrapping it out with Southern Assault, which is, it's right here. It's a 90-minute drive. It's so choice.
Yeah.
So then the big one. How many awards are you winning? We said last year, Steve, just happy to be here. Me, I think I said 4 or 5. We'll have to check the full transcripts.
I think if we go back to the transcript, I think we said that we wanted the podcast to get 4.
Okay.
I think what we ultimately said, because our notes are a little bit different than what we talked about in the air, but I did say I was happy to be here. I think as a podcast, we'd hope to grab 4. I'm happy to report that I got 5 on my own, which is great. It was awesome because I had the speed painting for Brawl in the Bluegrass. Mm-hmm. I got 2nd place in the Alpha Strike tournament and 2nd place in the Classic tournament at Brawl in the Bluegrass. So I got 3 at Brawl in the Bluegrass alone. Battle in the Bay, I got, I think, Best General. And then Southern Assault, I got 2nd Best General, 3rd Best overall. So I think that was great for me. I was shocked to have done that well. I do give myself a tournament organizer trophy for Motor City to make myself feel better. And it's also really good because I keep track of what trophy I made the previous year, so I don't duplicate it for the next year.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Like having to scour through pictures. It's like, no, I just have one on my shelf. I also make one for my wife because she's my best wife. So she gets her own little trophy for Motor City because she allows me to put that on year after year. So it's a small price to pay for trying to keep the peace. I don't think it does a very good job, but we try anyway. But no, so I think 5 tournament trophies for last year was big. And I forgot, we got another trophy last year in 2025. We brought the Crabback trophy home.
Yes, I was going to mention that. I was going to throw that out there, but you remembered. Good job.
6 trophies for 2025, which I'm very, very shocked. I'm very pleased. And that has helped change my view a little bit about how trophies and things are awarded at tournaments because, it's not, imposter syndrome is real. You people at home listen to me talk about Alpha Strike. You listen to me talk about my viewpoints on this game. And I know that my value as a player is not predicated on how many trophies I bring home. I know that doesn't make me a better BattleTech player. It just means that I've done well in these tournaments. But it makes me feel good that I know some of what I'm talking about when I speak these things on the air, right? It's like,
yeah,
I know what I'm talking about at least a little bit because I have a trophy case full of things to show for it. So that makes me feel it's validating, right? And helps do away with some of that imposter syndrome. I'm not just some idiot with a microphone. I mean, I am, but maybe not as dumb as I thought I was.
There you go.
So, Josh, what about you?
I mean, I think I accomplished that. I got a lot more painting trophies than expected. I got best painting at Warzone Atlanta. I got the Alpha Strike champion one at Bluegrass, and then the painting one at the classic Bluegrass, I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Steve's like, perhaps.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I was still shocked I got second place on both.
I was just going off that one. And then I got...
You got something. You got second best overall, Southern Assault.
Yeah, second best overall at Southern Assault. So, and technically, the Triangle one does not have any second place trophies. I was second best painted in that one with my Pirate Fort.
But if you don't have a trophy.
But I don't have a trophy for it. I know. Hey, that's the second year that I have come in second and don't have anything for it. I know, because it's Ricky Bobby rules, as I like to call it.
You're first, you're last.
Yeah. So going to 4 and coming home with that many trophies, I'm happy. Like,
yeah, no regrets.
No regrets.
For 26, do you think you're going to be able to do the same? Repeat?
I don't know. The question is, do I continue on with my, well, if you can't beat him at tactics, beat him at paint, or do I try just to play stompy? And I don't think that's me. I think I'm still an overall. What?
Sorry, says the guy with the arrow BSP. I don't feel like I'm stompy, but I will take multiple Arrow 4 launchers at you.
I will enjoy it. I won't say no to the Arrow 4 BSP launcher.
Well, no, I mean, like, look, it's painting. Like I mentioned earlier in the episode, right? The painting competition is really steep.
Yep.
And if the judges like your stuff, then you're doing something right. So keep at it,
Yeah. So I'll go. It's not about the trophies. He'll do our same little dance last year. It's not about that, but it's nice to get them. So
it is. So what do we want to say?
I just want one trophy this year. That's all I want.
Josh wants one to be happy.
I won't be greedy.
Love it.
Just
Denim.
One thing per year. That's all I ask for.
You get any awards, Denim? You gonna try for anything? Hope for anything?
Best lore master. He wins those.
I won't get as many trophies as I want this year. My competitive, like we've talked about that on the Discord before. I used to be super competitive. Those days are... My ego is not based on trophies. I know I'm good at the game. I know about the game. And so I'm here to have a good time and make sure other people have a good time. So if I win anything, I want it to be the most fun person to play against. That's my goal, is to make other people enjoy the game. That's it.
That's a good goal, man. And look, the more people that have fun, the more players we have, the more games you get, the more fun we have.
Yep. I don't need to win tournaments to tell me I'm good. I am beyond that. I definitely know that.
Are not as confident in our skills. Some of us rely on these ego boosters because, I mean, look, it's tough to sit up here and wax poetic on, mechs and tactics and how to play the game. If we're trying to fix people's mechs and fix people's games, Denim, we got to have at least something to show for it, So no, I think for myself, for 26, I'd be happy with one, just to come home with something to say, I still got it. But I think as a podcast as a whole, I think we could probably snag 3. I think as a podcast, I think so. I'm gonna set that bar. I'll set that bar.
It's a good bar. All right. I like saving this one close to the last. What's the unit that you want to use or paint? What's your 2026's baby mech? Think on it.
Well, you're the only one who's had thought about it.
Yeah, no, I know.
Who are you throwing it to as well?
Oh, yeah. We're going to throw it to Steve first.
All right. So something I'm excited to do, when we were at Battle for the Bay, I received a box with some 3D prints in it. One of them was an Agroterra and the other one was a Penicilia. That's what really was the catalyst for doing my Canopans. I am really looking forward to, once I get those painted in a yellow that I find acceptable to put on the table, I'm excited to see what the Agroterra and the Penicilia do. And it's funny because those are the same two mechs that Thiel did at the Classic tournament, Assault, that did really well. So I'm optimistic. I had already planned on using them and I was looking forward to using them. But knowing that, I'm not saying that Thiel's not a good player, but knowing that he at least had the sense to take these two mechs and make them the basis for his winning army is kind of, like, ooh, maybe there's something to be done here. So I think the Penicilia and the Agroterra are the two for me that I'm looking forward the most to using.
Very nice. I was happy enough to acquire 2 Triskelions last year. I have not used them yet, either of them.
Wow.
So that's my goal in 2026 is to put those suckers on the table and do some damage with them.
That third leg. It's all about that third leg.
Well, I mean, I've got that the Poseidon that I've used several times before, but it's a slow boy, and I'd like some later tripods to try out. See how that works out.
It's a good one. I highly recommend the Triskelion train. And for me, a unit that I want to use and or paint, I feel like this is my Capellan year as I look at my Vandal Prime. I mean, large VSP and a Rack 5 and a torso-mounted cockpit. Maybe if you combine all 3, it makes a mech I enjoy.
Well, we'll find out.
If I can't get that guy to overheat a little bit.
the pilot's slowly cooking like a Peking duck on the inside.
It's smiling at me.
Yeah. But no, I bought that and haven't used that. So I figured that'll be a good one to crack out of the plastic, glue my fingers together as I summon them, enjoy the torso mountedness.
Nice.
So that's my unit I want to use in paint for 2026.
Sweet.
All right. Then our last one, free space. Any goal can be anything if we want it. Doesn't have to be just out there if you need it. For me, I don't have any free spaces. It's just enjoy BattleTech. Like I said, play a lot more Scale 1, have fun at Scale 1, have more quick, fun games is my overall goal.
Yeah, it's a good goal.
I think my goal is to design a mission where I can use the 3D printed HPG station, the BFG, because I got all that from Thunderhead, and I've printed it out, and we're painting it up. And I want to do something fun on that map, fully painted with all of the Thunderhead stuff. And I think it's going to be really cool. That's what I want.
Whatever you do with it, you got to use the actual HPG rules where it does the EMP effect and shuts everyone down, and everyone's got to furiously roll in like 10 turns until someone actually activates. And it's like, you got to turn while everyone's still asleep. What do you do?
Unless it's a Tucker Harwell situation where they're just trying to get to this defunct HPG so that they can reactivate it. I'll figure something out.
Yeah, that'd be a great
I will figure something out.
Yeah. I think for me, if we had to do free space, general goals, I'd like to get more people into the hobby. Locally, we have a really strong group, but we pull from the entire Metro Detroit area. And Metro Detroit is one of the largest metro areas of any city in the United States.
Yeah.
It's absolutely enormous and covers a huge area. We've got a lot of different game shops. I don't want to say I want to break up the local group and then send them out to these other stores to kind of start smaller groups. But
you kind of have to. You got to send your pilgrims and apostates out.
Yeah, I just got to all right, we got to grow the hobby, make it bigger. I want to have Detroit be a BattleTech hub if we can do it, right? So it's, I want people to we're going to Detroit. We'll find somebody to play with. And that'd be a nice goal. I don't think that's achievable in 1 year, but I'm going to put steps towards that, I think, for 2026.
2026, we're moving Detroit out of the periphery, back into the inner sphere.
Technically, as of 3152, I believe it's part of the Capellan Confederation.
Yeah,
for
but
tax
it's
purposes, it's periphery.
As long as you keep at it, even when things are slow, then it will just naturally get bigger and bigger and bigger. But
that's the hope.
It's consistency.
We'll see how Motor City does. We'll see how Motor City does this year. I think I'm going to have to change venue if we get a real strong response, which is terrifying.
Suffering from success again.
Dude, I know. It costs so much to rent these halls. It's awful.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, because the halls know where else are you going to go.
Yeah, right. I can't fit 50 people in my basement.
All right. Well, that's a great look at our 2025 goals that we succeeded and failed. Some hit and miss. I'll take for 2025 as a year. I'll take anything I can get at this point. And someone scribbled in the footnotes here, announced 2026 project. Who might that be?
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited to make this announcement. So,
we're out of time.
No, in 2025, we were looking for something. It's always fun when you play people to give them a token of your game. So we've been giving out dice, Mechbay dice year over year, and that's great. But at some point, people have too many dice. I know, heresy. But we want to do something special. So for the year of 2026 going forward, we're going to announce that we have made custom poker chips for each of the Mechbay hosts. They have a fun little saying on them. They've got our name on them. And you can play Josh and get your blue one, Denim and get your red one. And of course, you can play me and get your green one. And should you be able to collect all three, you are eligible to receive the the ultimate black chip that effectively represents that you've managed to play all three hosts of the Mechbay podcast. So the next time you see someone at the table, you should be able to receive one of those from us if you play us, starting in 2026, which is very exciting. So you guys should be getting your boxes in the mail, hopefully within the week, with your chips. So
I am so excited about this.
They look so sharp.
You I know this was your idea and it's fantastic. I really love this idea so much.
Now, is there like a Pokemon gym level, like Josh has to pick his list for 2026 and that's the only list he uses, and if you can beat that, then you're good? Or is it?
I don't even think you should have to beat. You just have to play us at the table, a 1v1 game. So, if you're at my table for the campaign game, that doesn't count. You've got to have a game against me.
Yeah.
If it was you have to beat us, I think that would be too.
No one's going home with badges. I only bought 3.
some people only see us at certain events and things. And if they also have to win, we're not bad players is the problem.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to throw a game just so you can get a chip.
It's just have to play us. Have to sit down and roll dice against us.
And we've all got black chips, so you should be able to show your 3 colors to any one of us, and we can you don't have to exchange them. You get to keep all 4 colors.
Yeah. Correct. You get to keep them all. I'm pretty excited. Do we want to tell the listeners at home what our fun sayings are?
No,
that needs to be a surprise.
All right. You guys can figure it out when you earn them by playing us. So look for us at events. Look for us. Come visit our hometowns. I think what's going to be the biggest hurdle for most is people locally here are going to end up with a lot of green chips. People down there are going to end up with red and blue. Grabbing that last one, right? People are going to have
that's what separates it. You got to do something.
So I think it's fun, and I don't see these going anywhere. It's not like you can only get them for the next 12 months. It's just a new project for 26 that we're rolling out.
It's not a 2026 only project. It's a project that started in 2026.
Should be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait.
Well, folks, from us at the Mechbay podcast, thank you for getting through 2025 with us, or without us, or because of us, or definitely in spite of us.